Hello, and welcome to my screencast for Kaka's AI recipe app, a cross-platform .NET MAUI mobile application. My name is Carlo Naro, and in this video I will demonstrate how the app excels in UI and UX design, accessibility, mobile hardware integration, robust functionality, validation, deployment, and professional GitHub usage. The app leverages several powerful APIs. Firebase for authentication and cloud sync, Spoonacular for rich recipe data, OpenAI for image-based food recognition, and Microsoft Cognitive Services for speech to text. Let's get started. Let's launch the app on the iPhone simulator. So here is the splash screen, which provides a welcoming introduction while the app loads and initializes services. This is built using XAML for consistent and professional look. Now we're on the login page. The user interface is clean and accessible with large touch targets and clear instructions. We've got options to sign in, create account, forget password, and continue as a guest. Let's demonstrate an invalid email, empty password, and see the error messages. Please enter both. There you go. Please enter a valid email. Sure. So the password seems to be off. Password must be at least 8 characters. You can preview as well here. And now if I forgot my password, I can tap the forget password and enter my email, which is already there, and I'll receive a reset link via Firebase. Let's demonstrate that. There it is, just now. Okay, let's go back and sign in. Got the remember me checklist as well, which will save our preferences. After logging in, we arrive at the home page. At the top, you'll see a welcome message. Geolocation. Using geolocation, the app welcomes the user based on their city and country. However, as we are on the simulator, we've got this notification to notify us that the location shown may not be accurate. The location that is updated is San Francisco, United States, which is the location that is identified on the simulator. We also have the code for the geolocation on the right. Then moving below the welcome message, notice the animated falling items, which add a playful, engaging touch to the user interface implemented efficiently in XAML for performance. Navigation is intuitive. The main buttons let you access recipe search, favorites, and settings. The tab bar uses custom emoji icons for a modern, friendly look. All navigation and UI elements are styled consistently, and the app's performance is smooth. Now let's demonstrate the recipe search feature. You can search by text, but also by using the camera or your voice. Let's demonstrate a text search. As you can see, we can see the recipes from the Spoonacular API in a grid layout. And we can also use the camera icon in the search bar, which lets you take a photo of the food. On a real device, this would launch the camera, capture an image, and then use OpenAI to recognize the food. This can't be demonstrated on the simulator, but here's the code that handles the camera access and OpenAI integration on the right. This is the code. takes a photo, read the photo data, analyze the image using OpenAI API, and then search for the recipes based on the description. The microphone icon in the search bar also lets you search by voice using Microsoft Cognitive Services for speech recognition. This also can't be demonstrated on the simulator, but here's the code for the speech to text. Now let's search for a recipe, then save it to our favorites page. As you can see, we can save the recipes by swiping left, and we'll have haptic feedback during this process, and we'll get a notification to update us that this has been added to the favorites. We can also remove them from the favorites by doing the same action, swiping left, and we'll be updated with a notification to let us know that they have been removed from the favorites. On the right, you will see the implementation of the code for the haptic feedback, and to let us know that a strong feedback for adding the recipes, and we'll get the light feedback for removing them. Below, you will see the nutritional facts and also the ingredients and instructions in the details page. We can tap the speaker to read the ingredients, or we can read the instructions, helping users check pantry whilst also listening to the ingredients or the instructions while cooking.
Ingredients for zucchini pizza boats: 3 zucchini, olive oil, enough to brush on the boats, 1-2 tsp garlic. Instructions for zucchini pizza boats. Step 1.
We can also share the instructions. Now let's move on to the favorites page. Here you can see your saved recipes, which are synced across devices using Firebase. The user interface is accessible with clear labels and large touch targets. We can also remove them from the favorites page. Shaking the device triggers an accessibility info pop-up via the accelerometer. This is hard to demonstrate in the simulator, but here's the code that detects, shakes, and triggers in the pop-up. Now let's move to the settings page. The settings page is designed for clarity and ease of use, with all options grouped logically. In top, we have the user profile and the option to log out. The dietary preferences are also grouped together logically with diet type analogies, and the health goals such as low calorie, low carb, and high protein. Ingredients to avoid, which we are able to put in, and also cooking preferences. We are then able to save these preferences and then later apply it in the recipe search. Below, we have the accessibility preferences such as dark mode, and we also have high contrast, and we have text size options. All controls are labeled and sized for accessibility. We also have the accessibility feature support here, which can also be, the device can also be shaken for this. I will now quickly switch to the iPad emulator and show the app's responsive design and cross-device sync. Now switching to the iPad emulator to show the app's responsive design and cross-device sync. We'll first continue and show the guest feature. Notice how the user interface scales directly and all features work identically.
Ingredients for sausage and pepperoni stromboli. 1. Instructions for sausage and pepperoni stromboli. Step 1. Cook Italian sausage.
We'll now log out and log back in. Now we'll log in using the email and password. As you can see, we have the dietary preferences and cooking preferences and all the preferences saved as they are, and we use semantic properties throughout the app to improve accessibility. For example, in the home page, the login page XAML, the recipe search XAML, the recipe details XAML. This ensures screen readers can provide meaningful descriptions for all key user interface elements. The code quality. The code base is well formatted, fully commented, and logically organized. The extensive use of XAML for user interface with semantic properties for accessibility. Dependency injection is set for the MAUI program, CS for modularity and testability. The app is fully cross-platform and deploys to both phones and tablets with no issues. We also have about 30 GitHub comments and a fully organized README file with extensive information. To conclude, Kaka's AI Recipes app demonstrates exceptional UI and UX design, strict accessibility compliance, advanced use of mobile hardware, 6 specifically, robust functionality, and professional code and deployment practices. Throughout development, I focused on making the app accessible, intuitive, and reliable for all users. If I were to continue, I'd add features like meal planning, shopping lists, and social sharing. Thank you for watching my screencast.